Hello, and welcome back to my channel with your fave psychic medium, Danny. Hey y'all, welcome to today's reading. As you can tell from the cover photo and the title of this reading, this is a Love Island USA Season 8 psychic reading. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to do a reading what's come out publicly. I like to see what the girls have going on. The core four are the final four, and those are all the people I mainly care about. So win-win over there. If I see anything else by any other islanders, I'll be sure to do predictions of that. But this is really just to give some cute insight to you, what's to come up in the reunion, the topics that can come up, the energy, what's to happen afterwards. Because usually a lot of better things happen afterwards than before. A show's called Love Island. It's real cutesy, real light. And as always, I use playing cards to do my reading. And before we get started, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Help me get to 500 subscribers. Thank you for all the love on TikTok. 30K views, 50K views. It's been crazy. 400K. It's been really crazy. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for all your kind words that you shared on the videos. I had a really great time with y'all doing those prediction readings. So let's wrap it on home with this one. And I've done this for other seasons. I will be doing a deeper dive of the core four, just what they could have coming in for their careers, what's next for whatever's to come out publicly. What's to come, the themes, the energy, what can we expect to hear discussed about? What's going on? Ooh. That can really be brought up. So first of all, I got this Ace of Diamonds at the bottom of the deck. I used to always start at the bottom of the deck, but I'm really excited about this because everything else is a little bit murky, a little drama filled. But this one, someone's gonna be announcing like a new opportunity. Maybe it's gonna be with Andy. Maybe it's Andy pushing him to announce. But we're gonna have a few people or one specific person really announce an amazing opportunity. I see Trinity, so someone could really be working on something really big that's to be showcased here. Maybe they're there's a preview that gets shown, but there's something here that a few people are working on, or we're gonna get like insight on, or one particular person. So first card that came out is this 10 of Clubs, Rapid Endings. I see Soul, I see KC, I see Annayia, and I see Trinity. I think we're gonna really start to see Andy, especially, or some people bring it up themselves, like, you know, what was that online that you were doing and why? Because some of these people are DMing people on the side while playing a different way online that we're going to see being discussed. And, you know, jealousy may come out. It's like, oh, I'm not jealous of the opportunity. I'm really excited for them. But it's like you were coming out talking cash shit. And so we're going to see a lot of endings, a lot of people ending rumors, ending the energy. Like, if you cannot keep that energy with me in person while I'm here with you, why are you carrying that online when nobody's around you and playing victim? And then we have this 9 of Spades. So, you know, somebody's about to learn somebody something. So 9 of Spades is showing me there's going to be a lot of conversations, a lot of things being learned vocally that we possibly didn't know. So maybe there's some insight behind the scenes, background, DMs. But there are people who are going to be like, well, you know, I don't know why you're like taking it that way when we talk over here. But it's like you are presenting yourself a certain way and it's getting people to talk, but then you want me to kind of spare you because I have a bigger fan base than you or a bigger following than you. We're gonna see conversations or like a narrative trying to be pushed, like, oh, do you guys think you should be saying more to your fans because you guys do have a bigger following? You know, you do have this. And it's possibly gonna be one of the guys bringing it up. We're gonna see some people really upset. They were not expecting for who was the top to be the top. They weren't expecting for tickets to Penthouse Survey for certain folks. It gives me back with PPG when Andrea was online, popping her shit, doing all that when it came to reunion, just very mute, playing victim. We're going to see a little of that Soul. We're going to see Soul trying to be like, well, I was saying this, but she's not going to really be standing in it. She's going to be piggybacking a lot. 8 of Hearts. I see Kenzie. I don't know. Something's probably going to come out that somebody tried to DM somebody a little something and get exposed. I don't know. Remember, this is what's to come out publicly, but I don't know. I see conversations happening on, like, you know, after the show wrapped, what was said in DMs, what's being said in private. But this Eight of Hearts is showing me a lot of things to be revealed about people's relationships. We might have a breakup or something. Something drama filled is gonna like appear. This Jack of Clubs, some guy here, maybe unexpected with the Six of Spades. A lot of past conversation. I see Dylan. We're gonna see some people here trying to get a narrative spun off, but core 4 is gonna be very solid together because it's not their fault that people are jealous. And that's just what it's going to come down to. Like, why should we give you access to something? Like, we owe you something when you did not treat me like you felt like you owed me loyalty, friendship. And we're probably going to see Melanie discussing that. We're going to see conversations about the couples, about the games. They're going to try to keep it very cutesy, very light. But I just see Trinity, like, I do want to bring up something. With her being a winner, her being one of, like, top fan picks, it's going to be allowed. Let's see what else to come. What's to come in conversation? I see Sincere holding his hand, so it could be frustration. I think they're going to be discussing the whole Soul Saga, so we're probably going to get a scene where it's like, it's Soul and Sincere going back and forth, and then maybe Trinity or somebody brings up, you see how you and Sincere going back and forth? Why were you pulling in Melanie into this when she's done nothing to you, that sort? And they might show some other background clips of people getting along and it fighting against the narrative that we try to push. But let's see what else to come. And misogyny. Misogyny is going to be a great topic point. And I can see the definition being read out or something, or being brought up, and Kenzie being put on spot. See her going at that mouth thing like Erin does, where she's just like trying to play victim, trying to say, well, I didn't say that, but it's like, you said something of the sort, boo. Core 4. That nickname is going to cause some sore points. We're going to see some faces. People like, we didn't realize there was like this whole popularity thing. I don't know how, when on Juneteenth, the votes came in and all the black women KC were in the top. Just saying. But we're going to see that being discussed. We're going to see some really cute montages, the friendships being discussed. And then some people are like, well, I was kind of like friends with them too. But we're just going to see a lot of great things, especially Casa. When that Casa conversation's happening, we're going to see conversation, both parties, because it's going to be mainly discussed about Annayia, KC, and Sincere. But with Annayia, KC, it's going to be asking questions on both. Like, what the expectations were. Do you think you could have handled that situation better? KC, do you see how she felt? Annayia. But it's going to come down to someone here wasn't as honest and was too punk to be truthful and explore. And also not talk shit on the person that they're in a couple with, when they are still holding on to so much sadness and anger about a door. But, and that door, that door is going to get played. It's going to be a little bit of a sore spot. Let's see. But, when it comes to them, I was discussing the Melanie Sincere. Because I see Sincere holding her arms up. I see so argue. I see her wiping a tear. I see Melanie getting upset, wiping a tear. Deeper into the conversations, the arguments. I see Sincere, montage of his euphemisms, his metaphors is gonna be played. Let's see. Also, because so much was discussed, like, I just feel like some things were taken out of context. Especially when KC and TT did like their thing, they're probably gonna be showing a lot of extended clips. Not behind the scenes, but just extended things of other conversations being had to kind of cover their ass and say, that's not really true, right? Let's see. Annayia is very sweet. We're just going to see a lot of people trying to have empathy, like, you know, core four especially, because they came out to a lot of bullshit, but they did come out to a lot of popularity. They got to be in the final four. They got to win. They got to be around each other. And with this Queen of Diamonds here, I see Annayia. I do see possible finances. The conversation of KC's finances and hers, but I do see it coming up as Andy digs deeper. Like, because Andy's probably gonna let him know, like, you know, we were really rooting for you guys as a couple. Like, you guys were a very popular couple. You know, you gave her the speech. You guys discussed very pertinent things, and for you to switch, it's just very strange. And with this Queen of Diamonds, I see Annayia. I see them trying to not have so much animosity all towards another, just because of how far the fans take it online, and that topic coming up of what we can do better. How can we not feed into that? You know, like in certain things, as being weird. Ace of Clubs. More things to be announced, more new things, you know. Andy's really about to be going in with core four, and not in a bad way. He's like, you know, you guys got some big things coming up. I'm hearing you're signing this, you're signing that. And, you know, we're going to be seeing how some people are going to be feeling away. Because not a lot of people want to admit it, but, like, you know, you guys all like to act like everybody comes on this show like there's only few people with integrity of heart that are just here for love. Niggas is here for both. What's wrong with that? It's a TV show. Anybody goes on a TV show to be slimed, gooped up. You want to be on TV. What's wrong with that? But Six of Spades. A lot of private past conversations. I can see frustrations happening as people, it could seem like people are trying to retell stories, reshape history. So I see Andy, possibly King of Spades here, being the one to be like, let's nip this in the bud and play the clip. Because some people here didn't watch the show. Some people here, and he's going to be asking, so, like you said, you watched the show and you felt like people were being fake. What do you mean by that? And it's going to be like a lot of like, I just feel like no one gave me a chance to explore. But whose fault is that? Right? And she might not get as much time to speak. So we're probably going to see a lot of people coming on live after the reunion. Voicing out their frustrations, being so angry, so hurt, so upset. Like, you know, they weren't even trying to let a real bitch really get down. Because I think a lot of people forget, you know, especially when you leave. Like, for example, Beatrix, especially when you leave, like, the first 2 to 3 weeks, like, the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks before Casa, your storyline is not going to be that huge if you do not stay. Because Casa, the aftermath of all that is what fuels it next. So, like, they're going to go by, like, most important. I'm sorry, baby, TT boot you out of that. And honestly, I'm going to be real, TT, when I came in, never mind. 9 of Clubs. Some people here are going to be watching scenes. I think when it comes to the Kinsey thing, they're going to be playing clips of her talking to Jen, of the shit she was kind of talking about Melanie and all those things. And Melanie just being like, you keep saying, like, I'm like your best friend, this and that. You're just so shocked. I enjoyed the camera time. But I'm watching it was Kinsey Island as well. So I can see Andy really, like, using people's lives and things that they've been saying. Like, you said this, like, can you, like, let us know what that, kind of like what we did with Huda. Let's keep pulling. Yeah, this reunion is like, it's gonna be cute, but we're gonna have some moments, but it's gonna be funny, but it's gonna be the aftermath, you know, and yeah, that's gonna be a lot more entertaining. Let's pull some more. What other insight can you give me? What insight? And then after I try to ask these last few things, I'm gonna go into next what's coming for the core four. Okay? Okay. What can we see here? They're gonna go over those final dates, and they're gonna be like, how did y'all feel with Annayia and Carl having that fairy tale book, y'all being in the middle of nowhere, you guys getting your great fire shot, you know, all these things. And they're gonna be like, you know, I kind of had a feeling what the places were gonna be. I wasn't sure between Trinity and Annayia, though, because the dates were head to head. I do love Annayia's more, though. Like, she got to have something to take home after that. I love a memory thing. All right. Like I said, I mentioned something about balance, core four, but also, like, they are gonna have each other's backs. And then we're just going to see people probably walking it back. A lot's going to be filmed and not shown. So you're going to have fans kind of antagonizing people, which is why I can see a lot of lives happening. Like after the reunion comes out, like I could see after the reunion's finished filming lives of like blah, 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 blah. And then once the reunion comes out, what they edited down, we're going to see people upset. They're going to be like, I did say those things. I did speak. They didn't care because they don't care about you. You're okay. So yeah, 2 of spades. Balance. There's not gonna be a balance of a lot of speaking. The way the editing is gonna probably make it seem like as well. It may make it seem like some people are just being the main ones talking and no one else had like anything to say to it. That's not fully the case there. And we're gonna see a lot of discussions happening on that. Queen of Clubs. We're gonna see a lot of things being released, a lot of interviews after the reunion. I honestly feel like they're part of a contract, but also they were like nothing too much before the reunion. So we're going to see a lot of, things getting done at the reunion, campaigns coming out, or honestly the week of the reunion leading up to the reunion. They're using their popularity, whether it's Casey and TT, whether it's Annayia, Trinity, Kada, and Melanie, the girls, or even like the Casa girls, even so, when, with her trying to cause controversy, whatever. They're going to use like their moments of the work they're getting Jen to like be part of that fuel to really market it. But we're going to see some huge campaigns coming for Core 4, even Sincere. I feel like Sincere is going to get that Sacred commercial. Yeah. Okay. With this 3 of spades here, 2 going down, the third parties. Sincere is third parties. That's going to be a conversation. I just got a vision of Amora just looking like very they're going to be addressed, but not really. They're not going to be able to speak too much. And when they do, and possibly might bring a conversation like Trinity or even Annayia or even Kada, like, why do y'all have so much smoke for my girl Melanie when she's not the one I lied to y'all? Last week, Sincere was kissing on y'all and telling y'all these things. Oh, it's not that I have smoke. It's going to be a lot of pussyfooting. I'm telling you, they're going to be walking it back. It's going to be very annoying. 10 of Clubs. Again, the speedy endings happening. Maybe there's an ending announced. Maybe Parmina and Corbin may not be together or something. Or it might be like they're at like a rocky point. For some reason, I see Corbin, KC, Sincere. I see like a few of the guys be able to talk beforehand. We might get that like, how they try doing reunions, like a little before meetup. We might get some clips of them discussing things like, yeah, I'm seeing online they're saying this, that has to be addressed at the reunion, and then it goes to the Casa girls, and then it goes to the Core 4. So we're gonna get like a lot of like that amp up, just to give us a little taste of something. 9 of spades. Again, someone's about to learn and teach them something. 10 of diamonds here. Happy ending for someone. So yeah, someone has a very big opportunity that's either going to be announced during this reunion or announced afterwards. It's going to be lucrative and life-changing for them. Or they might be doing something in collaboration, maybe Alandria. I see, and Shelly. I don't know, but I'm seeing like past Islanders after this reunion or like leading up, like the week or 2 before it's coming, just crossing over. Also, I see a few people probably going on vacation. It might be for them to get away from all the commentary that the reunion's gonna like ramp up again. And I see Speedy. I think Casey's gonna do an interview with Speedy, y'all. Speedy or someone kind of like it, or maybe someone a little bit more red-pilled, but I see it. I see it. Very interesting. 5 of Clubs not gonna do well. 7 of Spades right under that, just lying. And then on the Queen of Hearts, someone emotional. So he might do an interview and might not. It might cause some fans upset if he says certain things about Annayia that just aren't true. Or him just trying to save face. I see a lot of saving face here. You could tell some people. You could tell some people here just had a whole vision in their mind of how things were going to go, and it did not match it. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. We'll see. All right. What? Can we get some inside what's come for core 4. I want the inside on these announcements. Something with Trinity and Bryce. I think Nyx might be working with Trinity and Bryce, or do something with the core 4. Maybe there's a piece of makeup that each of them just stands by, and they make like a branding package deal with it, like something to do with the core 4 makeup. Like, y'all like Trinity's concealer with the hair trick you put in your hair. You like Annayia's lip gloss. You like Kada's blush. You like Melanie's bohemian clips. Like something like they could take each piece of their personality and get something together. It could be with Nyx, could be with like a beauty brand or something. I do see some things coming along for the core 4 together. Some really cool opportunities. All right. Core 4 might try to do like a live together about the reunion or something, or if they're like busy, they might try to do something like special or have a content piece come out. Not too sure, but something dealing with them leading up to reunion. What's more to come for the core 4? Let's go. Let's start off with Melanie. What's to come next for Melanie from the core 4? What opportunities can we see? I keep seeing Belize. Maybe she travels somewhere in the Caribbean or South America. Yeah. Okay. Fuck. Alright. No, I gotta be honest about the fuck comes out of these cards. So I got this 2 of spades here. Melanie again is gonna be just kind of going back and forth. She's happy with Sincere, but she's unsure of what's to come. So it's that conversation again. As from what I've seen with this 2 of spades, that whole balance thing, self balance. Queen of Hearts, you might see her crying, just getting kind of emotional, especially again watching the clips back. But at the same time, her friend's gonna be there for her, and then it's like, why are y'all like bothering her about a relationship she's in, as if there's a lot of people in this world that aren't in like fucked up ass weird ass relationships, right? 6 of Diamonds. She might be going down her resume, her being a model beforehand, the work that she's been doing to get to this point, how she's having opportunities. But I don't know if it's at the reunion or like maybe this is leading up to it, so this could be drama that ties in as the reunion is being premiered. But I got this 10 of Spades. 10 of Spades is always like depression, very sad, very down. I think something's going to come out about Sincere, or something's going to happen like after the reunion or whatever leading up, or something come out during the reunion that's going to really have her in a bad place mentally. I do see that coming up down the line publicly about her and Sincere. Yeah. I don't know if that will be the straw, but I think something's going to end up coming out being discussed. But she has great modeling opportunities coming along. I see her in specific commercials doing a lot of really great, amazing travels, boat. I don't know, I see her and Shelly posing together. Like, I can see her really getting into more of intentional, like, start influencer lane, but really intentional about what she wants to hone into. Yeah, and something with a clothing line. I could see her being a face like bohemian chic style, so we're probably going to get some insight about her working within fashion. Like, she really wants to take a step further in fashion, and we're going to see her on runways. We're going to see her and a lot of core 4 girls on runways. And we're going to see her on runways. We're going to see a lot of her and the core 4 girls on runways. So that's going to be really amazing. I'm really excited for her. But something very fashion house, like stepping into, getting into. I see her like putting fabrics and prints together. So she might be stepping more into styling, designing, and getting her own lineup. Okay. Let's do Kada next. What insight can you give me for Kada from the Island Season USA? Publicly, amazing things to come out. Things that she could be a part of. Oh, diamonds, 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 diamonds. No, diamonds again. I love when I see diamonds. I don't know. Our girl Kada probably about to be raking it in. Period. Okay. What's at the bottom of this deck? All right. Two of diamonds, balance. Kada might be somebody talking about finances, or maybe she comes out on live and it's like, I'm learning about more finances. I don't see her as someone like who did not come up without money, but there's something here. Maybe she's into finances. I think there's a lot more to Kada in terms of intelligence that there's there. So she could be somebody who's really good at math, science, or something finances. Our girl is really smart when it comes to that. I don't know. Does she have a degree like in finance or something? Did she go to college for that? Like, one of y'all can let me know. Her dad could be in finances or her mom or something, but something here. She's going to be a really great connecting factor for a few of the cast members. She has some really good insight about finances. King of Diamonds. So, I immediately thought of a man, and not to say that she's going to be with a new guy, but maybe there's going to try to be a rumor spread around her being with a specific type of rich guy, and then, like, trying to spread rumors of her and Zach breaking up. There's something there. Unfortunately, like Melanie, she's going to be dealing with a lot of just people, like, we don't like your partner, break up with them, boo, 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 tomato, and don't take me making fun of that by thinking, like, I like Zach, I don't. But I just don't think it does anybody justice to be commenting on their social media, especially people you don't know. They're just going to ignore you. Six of Diamonds. That's what I'm thinking, like, maybe she worked in finance or something to pass. There is a past opportunity that she missed, that she felt like she missed, or like she couldn't get, that's going to come around full circle for her. And we're going to see Kada talking about it a lot. She comes from New Hampshire. She's like, it's not a very big place to come from. I'm out of water. I'm very new to this. And it's going to be a lot for her. So it's going to be, and I think that's where the finances come in. It's going to possibly be a lesson she learns that then gets her into the education. But very, very smart though. I do see that. She's very intelligent. Ace of Spades. New beginnings and talking. We could see Kada possibly doing like maybe some type of hosting. She might host a carpet or something, or get into some type of hosting. But I'm seeing her do a lot more talking, a lot more maybe not just influencing things. I think like hosting, or she's possibly going to be discussing how she's taking classes, she's learning, but this is what she wants to step into. Two of Spades, balance again. Boys, speaking up for self. Kada might stop being nice to y'all online. Y'all keep on talking that shit about her sister. She might show you something, thing or two. I don't know. Grim Reaper's been real quiet, real collected, real calm, real demure. Stop playing with her. But we might see her just be like, I need to balance this shit. Because she's not going to say anything because she does not want to be seen as that. But I can be seen as that. So we might see that pop off. Seven of Hearts. So many choices. I think we're going to hear possibly at the reunion Kada weighing about how she wants to move to LA or New York, anywhere like. And her like leaving home. So she's kind of like having all these choices around. Choices in work. Choices in where to stay, but yeah, a lot of choices, and some are a lot more obvious than others when it comes to the decisions we should make. Let's get into Annayia, because I don't know which ones we call that. Okay, Annayia, what's coming up with that girl? Annayia. I keep hearing everything. Pinka. She might have something coming with Mana Leo. Maybe that's on the Mana Leo, or even Meg the Stallion. Let's see. I see Gap. I see sports things. Her and Carl might have like a couple shoot or a brand partnership with the sport thing. It's like a whole rollout. The volleyball, them going to the games. It's going to be real fun, real cute. I do see further down the line her being invited to the Olympics, though, maybe in 2028, and being a part of whatever stuff is going on there. Yeah. Let's see, though. Everything pink. All right. For Annayia, we got this king. We got this king of clubs here. Fire sign KC. I just see possibly an interview. Like I said, I see KC doing an interview or something that can come out. That it's gonna cause for her to have to possibly have a response to, or be like, I don't know what's going on with that. Ace of Spades here. Other new talking opportunities. We could possibly see her and Kada together on the carpet, but doing something with talking. Maybe they're gonna be on. Maybe her and Carl will be on some podcasts. There should be a podcast with other girls. But I do see Annayia starting to get more interviews that starts to circulate in a good way. I don't see anything too crazy coming from it. And when I say that, it's because a lot of people always try to find a reason just to have like an issue with Annayia, but it makes. She's dark skinned. She's gorgeous. Comes from a good family. Possibly comes from money. You know it. Of course they're gonna be upset. She's a black woman breathing. Then we have this Joker. What dollar sign? But we have this Joker here, which tells me she's gonna have a opportunity at the door that's gonna have to have her really be out there on her own. Maybe it's traveling, maybe it's moving, but I do see the core four either not moving in together, but possibly all like somehow living near each other, being able to have it to where they're in the around each other's community more. Jack of Hearts, Carl. Two of Hearts. Yes, I see there being a balance. I see them picking up speed. Publicly, we might see more pictures of them just being out and about, doing things, dating. She might be more open with like them taking these further steps. You know, they're all going to be asked about where they are in their relationship, so we're going to hear more of that. And then it's Two of Diamonds. And then we have this Eight of Diamonds at the bottom. Expansion. Annaya's gonna expand like no other. She really is one of people's princesses. She's gonna really be expanding like no other. Really big, lucrative opportunities, especially within the sporting, especially within, yeah, like sporting. But also, I do see music videos. I just see Annayia really being able to branch out, and yeah, it's kind of exciting. I'm trying to picture a magazine. I don't know. Someone's gonna be on the cover or be part of a magazine. Very curious about that. Okay. Now let's get into our winner. Let's get into one of our dime divas, the one and only Trinity. Let's see what Trinity has coming next. And then I'm going to do my speed round, y'all. I'm going to be out. It's about to be 40 minutes. I got to let y'all go. Let's see. What's to come? Trinity, Trinity, Trinity. I see Guess. Queen of Diamonds. Ooh. I'm excited for her. Five of Hearts. Okay. So with Trinity, the first card that came out was this Queen of Diamonds here. Taylor and Annayia, the expansion is crazy. The opportunities are crazy. And this Ace of Diamonds came out with her. Remember at the beginning I just mentioned Ace of Diamonds, so I have a very big announcement. I do think it could be Trinity. This Five of Hearts here. So with this Queen of Diamonds, I'm just seeing her being on her throne. Trinity is about to be getting all the things that everybody heard. Like, she had to get some of her money in student loans. They're about to make her make that 10 times more full. Okay? She's having a really great run. We're going to see a winner being really on this place like a winner. Like, you know, Serena and Cordell were both winners. They got amazing things. But like last season, we saw the real winner was Landria. We're going to see the real winner being Trinity, like, first place. We're going to see all these girls doing amazing, but there's not going to be a lag or like she ain't given the winner. Then we have this 3 of diamonds here. So a lot of lucrative opportunities as a group, may also between her and Bryce, and her with someone else from Love Island, possibly. Hold on. Someone else or her and possibly from Love Island or something of the sort from what I'm seeing. But a lot of like opportunities of just coming together some or her building that bridge. I do see Trinity wanting to do something within her community, maybe something within schooling, finances, but she really does want to bring something together for her home and just for for vulnerable demographics is what I'm seeing here. So Trinity's going to be discussing that. What I love about her is just not fall away from the conversation of race, and which I find very important. Jack of Clubs, Bryce. Her and Bryce going to have a couple times, going to be a little distant, going to be working. We're going to be seeing them feeding for each other like as if they were in Casa back in the day online. Like, oh my God, I miss you. I need you back. It's going to be real cute, real fun for the fans. Ace of Diamonds, like I said, I do think she's going to be the one to have something really big announced, but she's going to have some new, open, very crazy opportunities, things she was not expecting, and that's going to be really amazing for her. This Ace of Hearts, the Ace turned over. Trinity's going to be exposed to people that don't mean well for her. It might, she might have some people that she consider family or friends, friends or family, whoever to like, that might be trying to, we saw the ex doing that, but we might just see a couple more pop-ups when this reunion goes and I see a lot more amazing things come along our way. They're not going to go away. So we're going to see people who are really jealous. We're going to have like a couple pop-ups things to say. I do see Soul's best friend. I think Soul's best friend got a lot to say about the reunion because the best friend might come up as they're discussing all the things like, we wish you had that issue with your friend. I hope they do. That's something I would say. Let me stop. 4 clubs here. Building really quickly their foundation. They're trying to do a lot of things quickly, her and Bryce. And not like in a bad way. It's like, okay, we got this villa, we got this work to do, but we also want to build our relationship. We also want to have our family involved because we're very big family-oriented people. So you're going to probably hear them saying, it's been a lot of movement. It's been really intense, but we just really want to do this the way that we want to do it because that's the best way we feel like we want to. And we want to make sure that it's on the best foundation. So her, she might do an interview, her and Bryce, or just her, or even just Bryce, where they're discussing like what it's like building that foundation, learning from each other, being outside the cameras, making sure they're still having that humble and stable place inside and not let the outside world really shake them up or trick them out of their spot. All right. Now we're going to do the speed round where I'm just pulling a card, just doing random predictions. It could be about Cold 4, it could be about anybody, it could be about this reunion. Let's get it. Let me shuffle. Okay. 6 of Hearts. Something come up with somebody's health from the past, or maybe Melanie. It might discuss like, not the plus size thing, but it might be like people are digging up things and trying to make us feel bad for our past. You can never make me do that. I see like that coming up, or maybe about somebody else's past, but that being discussed. Four clubs. We're gonna see discussions about possibly Andy, pulling some of the girls' wigs. Like, hey, you said that they were over here acting like they were married, but you guys closed off, only knowing a week or two. What's the difference between you and them? Huh? Yeah, it's gonna be on that time because what are we talking about? Let's see. Oh, the cost of recoupling scene is going to be really sad, really hard for Annayia and then the watch 7 of Diamonds. But we're going to just be seeing them discuss like everything that came along with that, opportunities that could have been lost. It might not be upfront about the opportunities that could have been lost, but maybe Annayia gets like a brand deal or something that's based off that cost of recoupling. Something there. Four of Spades. Discussions of family, discussions of like I'm gonna let my family talk their shit because too many people are talking shit towards us and towards them. We might see Andy. Yeah. Foundations discussing a family. Like, just what family has said about the other. You know, I don't see them going too far into detail, like, you know, Sincere's family, all that. But, like, I just see it comes possible conversation. Like, you know, we all respect each other, but we should make sure people in our lives respect us as well. Or otherwise, it's a moot point, right? Let's see. Five of Clubs. A lot of change rapidly coming. This reunion format might be very much different than what we're used to. I mean, they're having a live audience, right? Also, the audience might not be as close as they would like. There's something here, some parameters being set, not fully like flushed out. It also might take a while for the reunion to start. There's going to be major delays most likely. So those who are in person, I hope you brought your water. I hope you brought like something to keep you busy. But I do see that coming along of just like a lot of delays and things just not starting on time, which is to be expected a lot of times, but this is going to be ridiculous. And it may take away the fun. We'll see. I'm going to post this as a preview. Ooh. Ace of Clubs reversed. Yeah, it might take a while for the reunion to start. It's going to be a very long day for them and y'all today. Because I am filming this on Monday, August 10th. Okay, and let me get some last quick insight. Something ridiculous is going to happen at this reunion. It's going to go viral. I don't know what that is. Ooh, 7 of Hearts. Choices. Choices that need to be made. We're possibly going to be seeing some ignited beef we weren't expecting. Maybe between a Casa girl and a bombshell. Ooh. We'll see. And 9 of Clubs. Someone here is going to be announcing new things that they're learning. Maybe possibly going to school or something. But a lot of new things to be announced. The reunion is going to have its situations happening. But again, I see a lot more of the drama happening right before as it leads up to coming out. And after it gets released, along with after they finish filming, they're about to be on live. They're about to be partying. They're about to be showing they ass that they made sure not to show in front of them cameras when they were acting scared. But anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching this. It was a pretty long reading. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot shorter after I edit it. But thank you so much for all your love. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It helped me out. Thank you so much again. And I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.